Hi guys, I hope you've had a really lovely week. I'm here today to do my weekly wrap up, and I'm sorry that there's some strange sunlight going on here, but it is sunny and I don't want to close my curtains because I love the sun. So I'm going to get started this week because I've got quite a big wrap up to do because, as always, publishers are super kind and send me so many lovely books. So I'm going to get started on the books from publishers this week. I had quite a lot of books sent to me from Harlequin this week. The first one I got sent is called Summer's Child by Diane Chamberlain. Now I love Diane Chamberlain. What was the book I read by her before? Oh no, this is going to annoy me now. Oh, Necessary Lies. Was that Diane Chamberlain? I'm sure that's Diane Chamberlain. Yeah, I'm sure it was. And she has written Summer's Child, which I'm really excited about reading because I love her books. They're kind of a bit of a mix between they are really kind of Jodie Picoult mixed with, I don't know, that it's kind of that kind of style of writing, quite moral issues and deep thinking books that she writes, and I'm really looking forward to this one. This is about on the morning of her 11th birthday, Daria finds an unexpected gift on the beach, an abandoned baby. Unable to leave the child unclaimed, the Cato family adopt Shelley, but the question of her birth haunts the local community. 20 years later, Rory Taylor returns home and will not rest until he has answers for Shelley. As closely guarded secrets and sins begin to unravel, piece by piece, the mystery of the Summer's Child is about to be exposed, a mystery no one involved is prepared to face. So I'm really looking forward to reading this, and I just love the cover as well. I think that's so pretty and summery, even though we're not in summer yet, but we are kind of in spring, so looking forward to reading that one. The second book that I was sent from Harlequin was Unleashing Mr Darcy by Terry Wilson. I have to admit that I do not like this cover at all. I think it's a little bit it's a bit all over the place really. I'm not a massive fan of this cover, but as always, never judge a book by its cover. I think this is kind of a bit of a take on the idea of like Pride and Prejudice, Mr Darcy, and just kind of a modern retelling of it in kind of modern day words, I don't know, but I think it's just basically a kind of modern day Pride and Prejudice with, you know, a character called Mr Darcy and someone called Elizabeth Scott, so I'm really looking forward to reading this, and even though the cover's not my favourite, I think it will be a good book. The next book that I also got sent from them was this one called Afterburn and Aftershock by Sylvia Day. Now I've never read any Sylvia Day before, although I have got quite a lot of her books. She obviously writes erotic fiction, and I'm quite looking forward to reading this because it's only a short one. It's only 200 and something pages, about 250 pages, so that's not too bad, and I think it's a duology. I think it's two kind of short novellas, which I'm really looking forward to reading. Never mix business with pleasure, never bring politics into the bedroom. In a way, I did both when I took Jackson Rutledge as a lover. I can't say I wasn't warned. So looking forward to, and I like the cover as well. I know that all of like the erotic fiction books have really like enigmatic covers with like pearls on them, or like a shoe, or I don't know, sometimes a blindfold, but I quite like this one. It's got a nice colour to it. It's kind of purpley and a bit gold, so I like that one. Then from the wonderful people at Simon & Schuster, I got sent this beautiful book, which I really, really love the cover for this one. It is The Time of Our Lives by Jane Costello, and I am absolutely in love with this kind of minty, greeny, pale baby blue colour of the cover. I adore it. I actually have to hold my hands up and say I haven't read anything by Jane Costello before. I've got so many of her books, but I've never got around to reading them, so I'm going to make sure that this is read as soon as possible. This is about Imogen and her friends who have gone on a holiday, or are going on holiday, but when they win a VIP holiday, they go off, and then she finds a guy, and I think it's all a bit kind of happy holiday romance abroad, so looking forward to reading that one. And like I said before, I just adore this cover, so super excited to get reading this one. Then from Penguin this week, I got sent this book, which is called Beautiful Day by Kate Anthony. Now this was unsolicited. I've never really heard of it before, never requested it, so I'm really excited actually that somebody sent this to me because I like the sound of it. Today is the day that things are going to change for Rachel. She's going to walk through the doors of Clifton Avenue Care Home and work again for the first time since the arrival of her children and her husband's rejection of their marriage. Her confidence is shaky, but her determination is fierce. Philip is also on his way to Clifton Avenue to take up residency there. He has just lost the one person who ever cared for him. He doesn't know how to live in the real world. He is lost. Now Rachel and Philip's paths are about to cross. Life has done its best to knock them down, but they have the potential to change each other's lives, and not in the way you might expect. But will they realise the impossible is now within their reach? Will they believe their dark days can be beautiful? I love the sound of that. This reminds me a bit of the Universe versus Alex Woods, the idea of like an older person and a younger person coming together and kind of forming a bond and kind of learning from each other and appreciating life more. So I'm really looking forward to it. And I actually, when I first saw this cover, I was a bit nonplussed about it. I wasn't sure if I liked it, but now I look at it, I think it is actually really quite lovely. It's quite it's got a vintagey feel to it. It's not very modern, but I kind of like that about it. So yeah, definitely looking forward to reading that one. Then from Hodder this week, from the lovely Emerson, who's Emerson? From the lovely Emily Ferguson at Hodder, she sent me this, which is called Breathless for You by Elizabeth Anthony, Sex and Scandal in the Downton Abbey Era. Now this again is another erotic fiction, and this is a passionate, provocative novel set in 1920s England. And I'm looking forward to reading this because I love the idea of 1920s kind of sex and scandal, because when you think in history you never really think, you think nobody in the 1920s had sex, but actually they obviously did, you know. So it's really exciting to actually be able to read something that's set in that time period, so I'm really looking forward to it. And again, this cover is just really kind of basic and simple. It's just a woman with her stockinged legs, so yeah, looking forward to reading that one. And then the final book that I got sent this week is called If I Could Turn Back Time by Nicola Doherty, I think it is. And this is What If You Found the One and Then Lost Him Again. A fabulously funny romantic read about falling in love, falling on your face and finding the one you're meant to be with. And I absolutely adore this cover. I really think it's really pretty, and the spine as well is so cute. It's kind of like a reddy pinky kind of colour with beautiful writing on it, so I'm really looking forward to reading this. This is probably the one I'm most excited about this week. And this is from Headline, so thank you to, I think it was Francis at Headline for sending me this. Thank you so much. And then also this week I got sent this book, which I'm actually reading at the moment, and this is Half Bad by Sally Green, and oh my goodness me, I cannot find the words to tell you how much I am in love with this book right now. It is the kind of book that when I first heard about it I was like, witches? No, I'm not really interested in witches. It's probably going to be a bit of a funny read, but actually I've started it and I'm actually a little bit further forward than that because I can't remember what page I'm on, but yes, I'm actually really loving this, and I'm kind of convinced this is going to be the YA book of the year because it's already had quite a lot of hype, and there's so many booktubers and book bloggers talking about it, and it's all just kind of crazy, and it's been sold to so many different countries and so many different languages, and I think it's already got a film deal as well, so I think this is going to be a book that's going to be talked about a lot this year. So if you haven't got a copy already, then I suggest you go and buy it and read it because it is going to be big. And then also today actually, a couple of days ago I ordered a book from Amazon and it arrived this morning, and it is really beautiful, and I'm super excited about reading this, and this is probably my favourite cover of the year so far, I think. Yeah, definitely. It's called Trouble by Non Pratt, and I love the spine as well. It's just so pretty, and this is the kind of book that I love. It's a boy, a girl and a bump, and I think it's about a teenage pregnancy, and it's kind of having to navigate that when you're young and pregnant and a teenager, so really looking forward to reading that. And again, like I say, I just adore this cover. I think it's super cute, super beautiful, so really excited to read that one. And then this week on the blog I had a super busy week because I was reading so many books for my for some book tours that I've taken part in, and I stupidly agreed to do 4 in 1 week, which was the biggest mistake I've ever made. So this week I've read a lot of books, but they've all been blog tour books, so I haven't had much of a chance to read kind of the books I really want to get around to. So I'm hoping this week, I'm definitely going to finish Half Bad this weekend because I'm part of the blog tour for it next week, so I'll have a review for this one on Wednesday. I also really want to read Trouble this weekend, and I also want to finish reading The Winter Garden by Jane Tyne because I started that like months ago and I still haven't finished it. I'm so annoyed because I love it so much and I want to finish it. And I also want to read Monument 14 by Emmy Laybourne because I've also got the second book in the series. I borrowed that from the library, so I really want to read that too. So yeah, that's kind of what I've done this week and what I'm looking forward to reading next week, and all the books I got this week. So I hope you have enjoyed watching this video. Let me know in the comments below if you've got any of these books, if you've read Half Bad, if you want to read Half Bad, if you've read Trouble, what you think of that one, if there's any books that I've talked about that you want to see reviews for, let me know. Also let me know if you've bought any good books this week, whether you found any bargains, and what you've been loving recently. So thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you again next week. Bye!